Hey guys, Open Up here. Gonna be doing reaction to Sephiroth versus Vergil. Final Fantasy versus Devil May Cry. So I guess we just get to it since it's a long one. I do it in one. Gotta learn to talk a little bit louder.
The great philosopher Plato once said, "The measure of a man is what he does with power."
Come on! Come on in! Your family's waiting in here! There are toys, and a puppy, and food that's not served from warming trays. Okay, I guess you don't want a new family, toys, and a puppy.
Yep.
But to these guys, power
I think
is
they
the
did that
measure
for
of a man.
the Kratos
Sephiroth, the fearsome one-winged angel of Final
Video game.
Fantasy.
That
And
cool.
Vergil, the half-demon son of Sparta from Devil May Cry. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Through the millennia, legends were passed of a source of unlimited energy, the Promised Land. Unfortunately, all
we've
hope
all
of
heard
finding
that
this
one.
sacred ground had been lost, until the Shinra Electric Power Company excavated the remains of a being believed to hail from the very
I saw
land
that
they
movie.
sought.
They called this weird
I
naked
think-
purple lady Genova and thought that if
Yeah.
they could bring her back to life, she could help them find the Promised Land.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
But apparently, they just didn't have any Phoenix Downs.
If they couldn't resurrect a being who could lead them to the Promised Land,
Phoenix
Shinra
Da-
decided they would
Oh,
simply
right, the
create
game
their
has that.
own. After many experiments infusing Genova's cells with those of a human's, they finally found their savior. His name was Sephiroth.
Okay. Didn't know that.
With hair like that, it's no wonder he was created in a lab. Look at how majestic that mane is.
According to Final Fantasy lore, Sephiroth has to use an
Don't you mean
entire
hair,
bottle
or
of
do
shampoo
they
and
classify as mane, like
conditioner
really long
every
hair,
single
or
time
what?
he bathes.
Why do you know that? Did you join his fan club or something?
For research. But Shinra wasn't interested in
Yeah,
Sephiroth
no, there's
for
nothing
his
to be ashamed
hair.
of that
Instead,
game stuff.
he was an essential part of their soldier program.
Wait, this electric company has their own private military? I'd hate to miss a payment with those guys, especially if they sent Seph after me. I mean, look at the ridiculously long sword he keeps.
Yeah, having him going
That's
after
his
you is like one of
Masamune.
those oh shit
This
moments.
7'2" behemoth of a blade is a lot like the Nodachi swords they used back in feudal Japan.
God damn,
But
that's a
instead
big
of
blade.
wielding something long with two hands like
gonna hurt the
those,
back.
Sephiroth only needs one.
Even that speaks nothing of his effectiveness as a warrior.
Yeah, you know when people spread legends of someone, they usually make him out to be even better than he really is? It's the total opposite with Sephiroth.
With
Alright.
his superhuman speed, strength, and durability, Sephiroth was instrumental in ensuring
Yeah, that's
Shinra's
cool.
victory in the Wutai War, conquering the last free nation on the planet. He returned home a legend.
Hey, it's
But
him.
all those
The
warm,
blonde
fuzzy
dude.
feelings of victory
Whatever his
didn't
name.
last long. While on a mission to the town of Nibelheim, Sephiroth found a bunch of books on the Genova project. That's when he
I haven't
discovered
played
he
those
was a
games in so
secret
long.
science project the whole time.
I'm used to one of the
The
tightest.
truth crushed Sephiroth and drove him
It's only
mad.
one of them.
In a rage, he annihilated Nibelheim, but was stopped by a mercenary
back.
named Cloud Strife. Sephiroth was impaled by the Buster Sword and fell to his death.
Oh, well, that's disappointing.
My lord?
Go yourself! Which is
Yep.
what I would have said if Sephiroth hadn't dropped into a hole in the ground that led him to the giant Windows screensaver called the live stream.
The life stream is a buried river of energy which basically maintains life across the planet. Normally, merging with the life stream is the equivalent of entering the afterlife, but not for Sephiroth.
And this is where things get weird, so buckle up. Still conscious, Sephiroth's essence floated through
Back. Son of a fucking bitch. Okay, I'm back.
the live stream for years until he absorbed enough energy to rebuild his body. With the energy of the live stream, he could control other beings with Genova's cells.
Including the corpse of Genova, who he manipulated like a puppet and disguised as himself.
Oh, what the hell? That's his mom? Who would do that to their own mom? I mean, I know
This must
she's a
have been an old
genocidal
game.
alien monster, but come on. Probably makes a good breakfast.
But Sephiroth's descent into the life stream offered him even more. It transformed him from a mere super soldier into the most dangerous
that's
being
the
on
movie
the
I saw.
planet. He's strong enough to throw a man hundreds of feet skyward,
That was actually a pretty
move
cool
at
movie to watch.
supersonic speeds, and withstand brutal stab wounds through vital organs.
He's got illusion powers that can trick people by creating an entirely fake scenario. He can lift people with his mind, including himself, and then he can just fly. That's how it works, right?
Additionally,
Cheater.
Sephiroth can cast magic thanks to his on-hand materia. Materia is crystallized life energy which grants different powers according to the type of material used.
So,
This
magic.
lets Sephi attack with fire, lightning, ice, and earth-based magic. He can block attacks with barrier and reflect, and heal himself with cure and regen. And ever since jumping into the life stream, he's had unlimited access to his magical powers.
With
No
his new
peanut.
godlike abilities, Sephiroth began a plan to stop
shit.
mankind from drying up the planet's life force.
That doesn't sound so scary. Does that mean he's an environmentalist, or...?
But to
Ah,
do this,
he's a
he decided
hippie.
to use black materia to summon a giant meteor to destroy the planet and absorb all of its life energy for himself.
Yeah, the
Like
hippies would not
an
like him.
opposite environmentalist, a planet vampire. I mean, we're talking about a guy who kicked a dude through solid concrete, murdered
Ow.
the crap out of a 30-foot serpent with a spike through the face, and
And
tanked a
it probably
dragon's
deserved it.
flamethrower attack without even getting a teensy bit hurt.
A particularly impressive feat considering
Yeah,
this
this is
attack was
definitely
capable
old game.
of one-shot
Details
of
crap.
fellow soldier Zack
Not
Fair.
like I could do any better.
Wiz, you may need to up your prescription.
Everyone wants me
'cause
to make
that's
video
definitely
games.
Cloud.
No, Cloud was just recalling false memories there. It was really Zack. However, it was Cloud who impaled Sephiroth pre-livestream with the Buster Sword.
And holy God, is it huge! It's like 2 feet wide. You'd think it's
At
stab from that
SoccerCon in
thing
Washington
would just
State, I
cut
saw
him in
someone
half.
with that blade.
But Seth just kind of showed
And
it off.
everyone
And in his
cosplaying
rematch
as
with
almost
Cloud,
every guy
he
there.
blocked an attack strong enough to crater the metal around him. Considering the
It's always in
diameter of the
April.
crater, the surface area of Sephiroth's feet, and assuming the most likely steel composition, I estimate this attack to equal nearly 1,600 tons of force.
Sephiroth can use that wicked sword to stab and lift wannabe heroes by their ribcage, slice through skyscrapers, and shoot energy beams that can shred these huge Mako cannons. And from the live
Yeah,
stream,
too OP.
Sephi figured out he could create new bodies or even take on other forms.
Hello, I'm Fran Drescher. Ah!
Kill it! Kill it!
These forms greatly resemble certain creatures found in Christian and Jewish mythology.
He certainly looks the part when he goes into his ultimate form.
Regardless, Sephiroth does possess a single black wing, a blatant symbol of his fall from grace.
So
Alright.
basically, Final Fantasy does everything it can to not be subtle. Just like Sephiroth's most devastating attack, Supernova.
Oh, that's
Decimates
bullshit.
an entire solar system. Wait, if Zeph is that powerful, how does anyone ever beat him?
Don't get the wrong idea here. There's a lot of debate over how Supernova actually works, but I think it's pretty clear that Sephiroth isn't creating the explosion himself. Rather, he's transporting his foes to a specific point in time within an alternate dimension.
Careful with.
Like World of Warcraft.
Just
When you
look
go
at
to
it. When
Warlords.
he uses the attack, reality literally crumbles away like glass. This is identical to the animation for certain summoned creatures. According to the official Crisis Core Complete Guide, summons draw their targets into their own space in order to attack, and this is no different. In the Dissidia fighting games, Sephiroth goes for the civil approach and opens a dimensional hole to the explosion. The attack is even described as sending destruction even into other dimensions. And if you
Yeah,
could
that's
summon
cool.
planet-busting meteors at will, why did he
How
go
did
to
he
so much
live?
trouble to get the black materia, which literally summons meteors?
That would explain why the supernova doesn't hurt him. He's not really there, just using those illusion powers of his.
Yeah.
With all these powers, I can't believe Cloud and friends were able to take him down.
He's not invincible, but he's damn powerful. Ever persistent,
I was trying to think
Sephiroth
no one
departed
can
with
kill.
a final, chilling promise.
I will never be a memory.
So,
Why does he
you don't
sound
exist?
So bored?
2,000 years ago, a great mutiny
Okay.
transpired in the underworld. The demon warrior Sparta rebelled
Oh, this
against his
guy.
evil master Mundus. To protect
I
the
did a
world,
reaction of
Sparta
the
did
other
his
guy,
best to
Dante.
seal the connection between hell and earth.
But then Sparta got lonely. Or maybe it was just a sausage fest in there. Either way, he snuck out of hell long enough to knock up this chick named Eva. She popped out a couple of awesome demon slayers. Nice choice.
You may remember
Dante,
the younger
that
entity,
cocky one?
Dante.
Oh yeah, he fought that witch chick with
Yep.
the hair.
But the eldest and potentially deadliest brother was the one and only Vergil.
Vergil and Dante were rivals from birth. Dante was a goofball. Vergil was serious. Dante hated his
Like
being
Naruto
demon,
and Sasuke.
Vergil loved it. It's that classic odd couple scenario.
But then one fateful day, in an act of vengeance against the late Sparta, a group of rogue demons separated the two brothers and killed their mother. Vergil was
Shit.
believed to be dead. But in reality, Vergil survived and set out on his own path to seek his father's immense power for himself.
And he's 100% equipped to be a butt-kicking demon slayer, just like his pops. As a half-demon, Vergil can jump several times his own height.
Like a demon hunter.
Supersonic speeds and heal
From
himself
World of
quickly,
Warcraft.
kind of like that Wolverine guy. He can tough out getting
I
stabbed
want to
through
see
the lungs,
Elden Storm School
intestines, the
up against
heart,
someone.
Body parts I'm pretty sure most people
He's from World of
need.
Warcraft.
Not if my experiment has anything to say about it.
You say something, Wiz?
I said not if experiment has anything to
8
say
days
about it.
commercials.
Say something, Wiz?
I
And-
said not if Vergil's abilities have anything to say about it.
Well, sadly, for any human,
I know you guys
demon,
trying to
or
turn
human
the thing
demon who
up, but-
gets in his way, Vergil also happens to carry some extra deadly weapons on hand, including a spiffy katana called Tomato.
Yamato.
It's said that this sword can cut through anything, even dimensions, and probably tomatoes. Actually, Yamato is the exact thing Sparta used to seal hell.
And I
from
guarantee
Earth in
you,
the first
a lot of
place.
people bought the
Vergil's sword
replica.
fighting prowess draws from his Dark Slayer fighting style,
Probably
which
200
emphasizes
bucks.
teleportation, lightning quick movements, and even quicker slashes straight from the sheath. This technique is directly influenced by Iai Jutsu, the real-life Japanese art of the quick draw. And thanks to Vergil's demonic powers, he can attack so fast the blade seems invisible.
And
Oh, wow.
the only thing better than fighting with one sword is fighting with 8. With Vergil's ghostly summoned swords, he can turn himself into a
That's a
living
cool demon.
Beyblade. Fire them like a machine gun.
World of Warcraft
or
has something similar to
make
that.
it
Just
rain.
ugly.
Blades may be Vergil's bread and butter, but if he needs to focus on brute strength, he switches to Beowulf.
He can charge up blink of an eye punches and kicks that hit like a cement truck made of lead and
Oh,
KO
nice.
some of the toughest demons in just a few hits. And hey, looks like,
Like
he
a World of
takes
Warcraft
fighter.
There's one more trick up Vergil's sleeve. Thanks to his demon blood, he can access a form known as Devil Trigger. And this mode amplifies everything.
His strength, speed, and healing.
Yeah,
all
World
get
of
a
Warcraft
huge
does every
boost,
single thing
making
that
him several
these
times
guys do.
deadlier than before. Plus, he just
Or he
looks
does.
badass.
In his quest to become as powerful as his father, Vergil's abilities skyrocketed. He's taken down dozens of demons in the blink of an eye, and escaped an illusion from the sorcerer Arkham, which makes normal people go crazy.
But if anything's gonna show off what a son of Sparta
Sounds
can
like
really do, it's
Naruto,
pitting him
Sasuke's
against
brother.
his bro. Sure, Vergil can
mess with
easily
the-
avoid Dante's bullets, but why dodge them when you can spin your sword, line them all up, and fire them back? Like a boss.
Wow.
In the same battle, they briefly created a 12-foot diameter open space in a heavy rainstorm with nothing but their
I still put
swords
my
left.
bid on the other guy.
On average, storms can fill a cubic foot space with as many as 30 raindrops. So, Vergil and Dante must have destroyed 108,000
Because the other guy
raindrops
can
in less
bend
than a second.
reality and all
If Vergil can
dimensions.
swing his sword
He
that
can't.
fast, I bet he'd make a killing mowing lawns, or chopping meat at the deli, or giving haircuts, or doing that thing where he chops bad guys to pieces so fast they don't even realize they're dead yet. Like when he fought Beowulf. The monster, not the weapon. And then he punched him so hard he flew 55 feet up and hit the ceiling.
When comparing Beowulf's size to Vergil, he appears to be as large as an elephant. Given what's available, this seems like our best measure of Vergil's strength, but there is one issue. The Devil May Cry series makes frequent use of slow motion to depict the absurdity of these characters, and this could be a similar case.
So let's look at another slow-mo feat, the rainstorm fight.
At one point, the rain freezes in place for about 2.5 seconds, as Vergil and Dante keep moving, indicating a 14,500% speed increase in real time. Applying the same degree to the Beowulf punch gives us an acceleration speed of about 4,882 feet per second. With that in mind, we can apply our previous data to deduce the maximum height sans ceiling, and determine Vergil's striking strength to be nearly 720 million newtons of force.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot.
It matches Vergil's incredible toughness, too.
We already mentioned his super healing factor, but it's even more overpowered than you think. Vergil once got completely cut in half, but healed so fast that it's impossible to even notice.
And his regeneration ability can be worn down.
Yeah, that's how this weird jester guy beat him.
But it takes a lot to pull off, and Vergil can always just use Yamato to hop through dimensions to get away if he wants.
Sadly, Vergil never got to rule the demon realm like he wanted.
Instead, the Demon King Mundus permanently transformed Vergil into his puppet, irreversibly manipulating his mind in the process.
Damn.
And then Dante kind of, exploded him. But 1 or 2 losses against someone who's basically goddamn Satan hardly makes him a weakling.
Hell and Earth trembles before the power of Vergil.
I still my bid on the other dude.
The Prince of Darkness.
Good for you,
My
buddy.
father did it. I should be able to do it too.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate
Yeah, the
once
guy on the
and
left
for
eye
all.
put my bids on
But
him.
before we get to the bloody slicing and dicing, pick up some Blue Apron and slice and dice in your kitchen.
Let's skip at that then.
Blue Apron's goal is to make incredible...
There we go. I like his outfit, looks cool.
You are powerful. I can see it.
Thanks.
Who are you?
Your despair.
I still find his long sword to be painful on the back. And compensating for some. Yeah, he's outclassed. Maybe besides Junior.
Okay, you're strong. But are you fast enough?
I think you might be faster. The blue
Don't
guy.
move.
I suppose it can't be helped. They're fake.
Stop
Like
wasting
clones. Shut up, clones. You might want to go God mode. I'm just saying.
You're going down.
Yeah, he's at his ultimate form, and once he goes his God form, you're fucked.
Behold the truth.
What is that?
Supernova. I saw you could pierce the fabric of our dimension, so I cast an illusion to disguise this. Witness oblivion.
Well, you're done. Oh, okay, never mind. But he still hasn't gone God mode yet.
3. So you are.
And he didn't even go God mode, so that's saying
Extra
something.
crispy.
These two were extremely powerful swordsmen, but Sephiroth's cunning and stronger abilities led to his victory.
Wait a minute, I thought the lore said Vergil's sword could cut through anything. Why didn't it cut through Sephiroth's sword?
Yamato was a unique weapon, but its legend clearly exaggerated. On multiple occasions, it's clashed with Dante's blade and even a common rocket launcher without cutting through either, and sometimes requires an exuberant amount of force to cut through tougher material. But let's discuss the real facts.
Like strength. So Vergil with Beowulf could do 720 million newtons, right? But there aren't a lot of good Sephi strength feats to compare.
First, let's compare Sephiroth to a fellow first-class member of the soldier fighting force, who had also been experimented on with Genova cells, Zack Fair.
Cheerios can help lower cholesterol.
Good goes around and around.
who had also been
I hate the
experimented on
people
with
who
Genova
invented these
cells,
advertisements.
Zack Fair.
Remember him? He's the Not Cloud guy who fought that dragon.
At his peak, Zack could cut through a large metal door with one swing,
Okay,
seemingly
good for
with
him.
most of his strength. Given the size and width of the door, this feat's sheer strength comes out to 980 million.
What the hell does this have to do
And
with
Seth
this
was
other
way
sword?
stronger than Zack. In fact, if we look at their strength stats when they fought that dragon, Sephiroth was 3.5 times stronger than Zack.
Putting
Okay.
Sephiroth's strength output at over 3 billion newtons. That's almost as much force as 30 Hiroshima bombs.
Eh.
Isn't everything though. Vergil was technically faster than Sephi, but Sephiroth has handled people of similar speeds before. Plus, Sephiroth could survive plenty of hits because his healing power is broken.
The capabilities of Vergil's healing factor was nearly unprecedented, but it had its limits. In contrast, Sephiroth's healing abilities were only limited
Yeah,
by
he didn't
his
even
pool
go
of
in that
magic,
mode yet.
which was unlimited.
Well, he also had to take some time to cast each healing spell, but that's why he distracted Vergil with his illusions.
We know Vergil was susceptible to illusionary and mental attacks, as it's happened to him multiple times and even led to his in-canon demise.
And Sephiroth's illusions could hide his ultimate technique. Yeah, Vergil's healing was pretty awesome, but it was never gonna hold up under an exploding sun to the face.
Vergil put up a good fight, but he couldn't match Sephiroth's superior strength, magic, and techniques.
Looks like this devil's cried for the last time.
The winner is Sephiroth.
There you go.
Hey, I'm Chad. I play Wiz. If you want to get the fight music for this episode of Death Battle, just click the link in the description and you can pick it up on iTunes.
You can get music from Thor vs. Wonder Woman, Naruto vs. Ichigo, a bunch of death battles.
And if you want exclusive commentary on this episode, then click that box right over there in the corner.
Thank you so much for joining us for Death Battle Season 4. We're excited to show you some awesome episodes next year in Season 5.
Alright, that was my reaction to Sephiroth versus Vergil. That was actually kind of interesting. Sorry about the very beginning. Baby chicks, you know, can be a little pain when they're chirping their brains off. One of them had a pecking problem. They like to peck. We brought them in. I brought them inside because we just got them, and they're only babies. Kind of gets freezing cold out. But now we're like, you know what? I think they're strong enough to handle it. We're gonna keep them in the box, keep the heater on. So it should be good. But anyway, hope you guys like the reaction, and have a nice day.